Thank you for tuning in to Mind Your Business, the business talk show that talks all about business. M.Y.B Talk Radio can be looked at www.mybtalkradio.com. Please leave your comment 1-877-704-1010 or 410-481-1010, or you can listen live on www.wolbbaltimore.com. And for what you can do also is follow us on Twitter, M.Y.B Talk Radio, no space please. And like us. Hit that like button, guys, on Facebook. And let's talk business under Mothership Productions on LinkedIn. Today's topic phrase will be the booze biz. Today on M.Y.B Talk Radio, I'll be speaking about the liquor industry, the history, the stats, the profits, a few stories, and of course, finally, the dotted line. In today's news, more news about Spain, guys. I know you heard last time that Spain had to be bailed out, or is currently trying to be bailed out, because of their banks. America had gone through that themselves, and many banks had to be bailed out with millions of dollars, but now Spain, of course, is going through the same thing, about 46 billion euros. Well, now they're saying that Spain bond yields up to 7% again. In other news, as many of you all have heard, Mr. Rodney King, remember, can we all just get along? Rodney King was found dead at the age of 47 in his pool. Saturday evening, he was pulled from his pool, and then he was pronounced dead at 6:11 a.m. Sunday morning. Now, this is according to MSN.com. The Rialto Police Sergeant Richard Royce said that right now, we have no reason to believe that there was any foul play because of the circumstances. And he also said that the evidence is that, quote, the evidence is that of a simple drowning. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but come on, guys. Let's just be real. I just want to say something small about that before I move on. This is Rodney King we're talking about. Okay, he has set a precedence for many things, including, bringing the police brutality to the forefront. And because of him, he created or he inspired the worst riots in U.S. history. So this is serious stuff. I mean, come on, you're talking about the police brutality. So you trying to tell me there's no foul play? Give me a break. One more fact I want to bring about that. What I read when I did some research was that the Los Angeles Times posted around about 9:45 a.m. this morning, courtesy of Bing. Los Angeles Times said, quote, Rodney King was the beating case that made the world a better place. Here's my point on that. We all know naturally that hopefully was said in a sarcastic way, but I have to say, if they were trying to be serious on that note, let's be real also with that note. Even in 2008, in October of 2008, there were at least 2 cases of black men still being dragged from trucks like they were back in the day during the Civil Rights era and before. This happened both in Paris, Texas, and Chi-Town. So please stop. Please stop. So now, as I said, we're going to M.Y.B Talk Radio is going to be speaking about the booze biz. As some of you all know, of course, the Prohibition Act that occurred from 1920 to 1933. And it was a ban mandated by the 18th Amendment to the Constitution and the Volstead Act. Sometimes when I read these things, it kind of takes me back to 3rd grade when I first learned about it. And I remember sitting in the classroom and putting my hand on my dealings, of course, as we all know, with the mafia. And thanks to one of my favorite movies of all times, The Untouchables with Sean Connery, Kevin Costner, Andy Garcia, and, of course, Robert De Niro, gave us a very dramatic version of that, which, I'm sure. So, we've read the history and known it all day long, but now I want to take a step back even further. So, wine clearly appeared as a finished product in Egyptian pictographs around 4000 BC. Earliest alcoholic beverages were made from berries or honey. Now, I don't know if some of you all know, I have seen this recently on the History Channel, that honey was used for healing processes and things like that. Honey, people still do that now, but those remedies were used back in the Egyptian times of 4000 and 2000 BC, where they used they used honey like Neosporin. I mean, everything that you cut, rip that you got, and you put honey on it, and it's all healed. So, but to go any further, wine making might have also originated in the wild grape regions of the Middle East. So, I can only imagine. So, what I want you all to do is call in, leave your comments, let me know what you all think. Have you all have any history, any stories about this, what you all have heard about the industry, and what your thoughts and takes on that. 1-877-704-1010 and 410-481-1010, or listen live on WOLBbaltimore.com. These programs are brought to you by Mothership Productions, currently featuring A to B, and that website is www.a2biz.biz. That's www. So now let's flash forward. Let's do some business here. Here are all the costs of the liquor license. So let's go through a few of the major cities instead of going from town to town. According to chacha.com, you got NY, New York, for $250 for the liquor license. You have DC, your $200. You got Nashville, that's $500 to obtain your liquor license. Chicago at $500. That's pretty steep, but that's okay. Miami. Now, we all know Miami, South Beach, and all the drinks and lovely things and beach and the events that go down there. But it ranges from about $28 to $18.20. That depends on the type of beverages that you have. And Detroit is at $500. So, even though $500 is, I guess, just for the license, still, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it would be, a lot more. Estimates an average of $42 million a year, and the local governments would receive $38 million a year. So let's even go to B-More. That's a little more local, I think. And they, on the city's main website, there are approximately 1,470 alcohol beverage establishments, and I still think that's pretty doggone low. I mean, all of the alcohol, or the bars and the clubs and I don't know, that doesn't even settle right in my system. But anyway, according to GreenAnswers.com, the U.S. banks expect about $18 billion a year on sales. And on other sites, I found it was about $45 billion. That makes a little more sense to me. I mean, $18 billion is a heck of a lot of money than what is expected. WikiAnswers.com says that there are 45,247 liquor retailers in the U.S. And as I said, I thought there would be more than that. But call in, folks, with your comments. Let me know what you think. Even if you have a funny story about what exactly, you went through maybe when you were young, or even now, or even some tragedies. Unfortunately, we enjoy liquor to the point where we get in trouble. We get DUIs, you get rapes, you get all kind of different things. Unfortunately, people lose their lives. And, give me your comments. 410-481-1010 and 1-8. And according to ezinearticles.com, are you ready for this one? This is pretty rough also, because it talks about our kids. 53.8% of 8th graders have tried alcohol. Now, I mean, that shouldn't be too much of a huge shock, because we all know what happens. I mean, I've seen websites. There was a website where I saw a little kid, and he was drinking out of like a small sippy cup, and they thought it was funny, so they took a picture and put it on. And that's ridiculous. So anyway, of course that doesn't make any sense. Who of a sane mind would allow their kid to drink that? So come on, give me a break. I went to a high point in my early 20s, and it fluctuated from that point on. But that's another story for another time. Please call in 1-877-704 County Liquor Control Boards. With the exception, there are some exceptions in Montgomery County where some liquors are sold in the grocery stores and convenience stores by county. Now, I just come in, I was really tired, and I just wanted to get something small for myself and my buddy. And I went into the CVS, and I was just getting, some regular stuff, like some napkins or something, and there was a snack. And then I was going to go to the liquor store. Well, I actually ended up hitting two birds in one stone, because there was liquor right behind the counter in the CVS. I said, even though the financially poor and at disadvantage are not as well to do as some of the rich in this country, the rich outdrink the poor by 27.4%. And here are some more state and district facts. D.C., once again my city, D.C., almost consumes twice as much wine as California. Golly, that's a lot of wine drinking. That's kind of disappointing. I don't know whether I should be upset or proud, because I'm a wine connoisseur myself, so that I don't know about that one. New Hampshire, check this out, guys. New Hampshire consumes 89% alcohol in general, more than New York. So I don't know what's going on in New Hampshire or the Midwest. Maybe not much. Maybe that's why they're drinking so much. I don't know. Now, here are some cultural facts. You guys, I had to dig into detail. They said that 56.7 of white Americans compared to 41.7 African Americans. You got 37.6 Asians, and multicultural stand at 46%. So now what I want to do, guys, I want to come to the dotted line. Once again, every business contract comes to what? The dotted line. So since the 4000, as I said previously, since 4000 BC, we have enjoyed a little bit of alcoholic drink from time to time. We have different levels and types of alcoholic drinks to choose from. We've had good times, we've had funny times, we've had embarrassing times, we've had bad times and accidents, and in some cases, either ourselves or others we know have been in fatal accidents and have taken the lives of those that we love. We've enjoyed drinking, but, like I said, do we really want to drink to the point of tragedy? Do we want to put ourselves, physically and mentally out of sorts? I mean, there are some stores that have taken things off the shelf because of this. Like, for example, Cisco. I don't know if you guys remember Cisco. It was like a liqueur. It's kind of like a Mad Dog 2020. Those type of cheaper liquors, or Wild Rose or something like that. They called it liquid crack. Much more because of one person is killed every half hour due to drunk driving. Every half hour, guys. That's a lot of death due to just drinking and driving. And although our population continues to replenish, there has to be some type of limit. As I said, they are raising responsibly. We have our children out here to think about. There are people who get hurt innocently. I have a little one. She's 8 years old. And there are many children around here who are growing up in this society of these things. Anyway, that's about it, guys. I really appreciate you all tuning in. Make sure you tune in every single Monday from 1:30 to 2 p.m. My name is Robin Ship. I'm signing off from M.Y.B Talk Radio. Mind your business. Before I go, I got to let you know there's no business like your own business. Once again, this is Miss ROBIN-ANNETTE signing off from Mind Your Business, M.Y.B Talk Radio on Radio 1's WOLB 1010 AM in Baltimore.